What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars competitor Andrew Dimalanta.
And I am Nicki Dimalanta.
Ooh. Again, the season has come to an end.
Ooh.
This is the second episode of the Spectacular 5 episodes of Beyond the Schmoedown.
Oh.
Because we went over the first 3 matches in the past Monday match.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure I'm going to get this out on Friday. It might be a Saturday that you're watching this. I don't know.
Boy.
How
embarrassing.
I got stuff to do, honey. Daddy's got to make some cheddar. I have a wedding on Friday, so that's why I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get this out on Friday.
Daddy's got to grate some cheddar. Ew.
Already off the rails.
Daddy's got to bring home bacon and cheddar.
I got work to do. Sorry, guys. But yes, we will be. I will be going. We're going to be going over the last 3 matches of Spectacular.
Yeah.
The Intergeekdom title, the
Brett Sheridan
Smith,
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Smith match, and then the main event, Collins versus Merle. So if you have not seen these matches, if you have not seen Spectacular at all,
Once again,
spoiler alert.
heavy.
So we're going over the results and all the cutscenes and all that stuff, and a couple other things that happened.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff went down.
A lot of stuff happened. A lot of drama. A lot of tea, as the children call it. So, hot tea.
Hot tea.
Piping. Tea.
Hot coffee. They don't say that. Spell like coffee. No. Okay. I'm
no,
old.
Not
Sorry.
even close.
Not even close. Sorry,
No.
guys.
Hot goss. I gotta spill the tea.
Yeah.
Hot piping.
Let's just get on
tea.
with it.
We're both in our 30s.
Yes.
I only know what I see on the internet, on TikTok,
Twitter,
and
maybe.
Twitter.
I didn't even do Twitter correctly.
No, not really.
I barely do Twitter correctly.
No. I mean, I don't know that there is a correct way to do Twitter. It's basically just, this thought was in my head, and somebody else should know it.
I just don't have that immediate thought.
Hey, I had this for dinner. Who else wants to give me a heart? That's all Twitter is. Hey, I woke up and this thought was in my head. Give me a like.
I don't have that. Let's get on with
I want
this.
internet points.
So
Give them to me.
yeah. So the first thing we're gonna over, it's not a match, it's a cutscene, right?
Oh.
It should be before the Intergeekdom title match, right? With Chance and
Oh,
Corruption.
yes, you're right. I didn't write it down, but yes.
Yeah, so Chance and Chance, Mike, and Shannon are on like a Zoom call together, and they're all like, "Oh, you ready for this, buddy?" Blah blah blah. Getting ready for the match, and then Chandru finds his way in this.
He hacks his way in.
This private Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
He hacks his way in, and he's the trash talk begins.
Oh yeah.
About how all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it, right?
That was basically it. It was just a lot of the usual trash talking between Chandru and Chance.
And I think he ends up dancing at the end too.
Probably. He's just a dancing fool.
Yeah.
He can't stop.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and Chandru is kind of like, I mean, we'll sort of just segue this into the match, but like Chandru is, I mean, he's good, but he's not very liked around the league right now. I mean, Rachel Cushing certainly doesn't like him. I heard Brad Gilmore said that Mike has a punchable face, but I think Chandru might have like overtaken that from him. So it's like,
Wow. Well, I mean, Chandru's playing the part real well.
Yeah.
Because there are times when I'm like, yeah, he's yeah, he's doing it real well.
Yeah, he is. He's doing it really well, and it's just because
when you, when you do it well enough to where if somebody meets you in person, they're like, man, F you. Then you're probably doing a good job.
Doing a pretty good job of it.
Because I feel like there are plenty of people that if they met Chandru, they'd be like, ugh, shut up. It's like, I'm pretty certain from first-hand experience that's not who Chandru is.
I mean, we met him in person.
He's a super nice guy.
Granted, is before the heel turn.
True.
So, but like, he's a very nice dude.
Maybe he did turn in real life. Maybe he just flosses and trash talks all day.
All day,
in his
every day.
Normal life.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I just think a lot of what, especially like people like Richard Cushing, is I think it felt like he just getting a little too big for his britches.
Oh,
Talking
yeah.
a lot of like how like the game is passing a lot of people by, and
Yeah.
he said the game passed Kevin Smets behind.
Yeah,
or he
that's a
left-
big thing.
Yeah, it's a
say.
big thing to say.
He's getting big for his britches.
Yeah, so a lot of people were picking Chance in this just because they didn't want to see Donapani defend.
Right.
So yeah, and as far as Chance goes, like who thought Chance was going to get here?
No,
I
I certainly wasn't.
I certainly didn't think so because like his wheelhouse is teams and singles, and he does all right in his intergeekdom debut.
What?
Yeah,
Chandru.
Chance. Sorry. Wow.
Oh, I was gonna say Chandru played in teams.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Both start with C.
So who would have foreseen Chance being here?
Chance eating this. Did I say Chandru?
Yeah, because I was like,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, he was good, but he had that 5-way.
Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. So
Missy Elliott.
Chance. So Chance's wheelhouse is teams and singles.
Yeah.
He goes into this IG tournament and blazes through his side of the bracket. Like it's like, well, look who he beats to get there, right? He beats wow, I can't even remember, but the notable people he beats.
Did he take out Parker?
He took out Parker, took out Barbarian,
Yeah.
and then he took out Mike. So
Yeah.
3 really big. I mean, granted, like Barbarian's wheelhouse isn't intergeekdom,
Right.
but the already crowned champion before the season even started, Parker,
Yeah.
takes him out.
Yeah.
And granted, it wasn't Parker's day that day, but still, a win's a win. And then you defeat the 2-time intergeekdom champion, the one and only 2-time intergeekdom champion in Mike Kalinowski.
Really?
Yeah, the only 2-time intergeekdom champion.
Wow, he's good or something.
So I mean, it's like Chance has a pretty good shot at this, and it's
Yeah.
like I actually had Chance in this match because it's like he's on fire, and I have him nominated for Player of the Year, at the very least a nomination, because be dominant in 3 different divisions is
That's
not
a lot.
hard.
Yeah.
It's well, not hard. It's not easy.
It's very hard.
It's very hard. I mean, only one. You can only like a handful of people. You can say Mike Kalinowski and Rachel Cushing. Those are the only 2 that come to mind really quick when you think 3 division players that are dominant in those divisions.
Yeah, that are scary. Yeah.
So Chance had I'm probably gonna do that more often during this Chance and Chandra thing. So
Yeah.
So I was excited to see this one, not just because of the trash talk, but because of the caliber of players that
Me
we
too.
were getting
'Cause
into.
honestly, I didn't know who I was gonna pick. I didn't even bother making a pick because I'm like, whoever I pick is gonna lose.
Kiss of death and beyond.
So let
Schmoedown.
me just not.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I picked anybody here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the build up was fun because they both have very different heelish styles.
Yeah, that's
so
yeah.
it was, and it played out. It was entertaining to say the
Yes.
least. So how about we
Just get into it.
dive in? So Chandru, the chosen Dandapani.
Hey, you did it right this time.
I did. Of Swag versus Chance the Cobra Ellison of Corruption.
Can we just misspell his name with a K from now on?
Cobra with a K?
Yeah.
Please. Yes. Let's make a petition.
Seriously. Come on.
Like,
Missed opportunities, guys.
and Coyote. Adam the Coyote. Collins. Leave Collins because it's his legal name or whatever. But Coyote, spell it with a K.
Yeah.
My phone already autocorrects corruption
with a K?
to have a
Seriously?
K. Oh, yeah. Oh, it sure does.
That's when you know you have a problem.
That's when you know you have a problem. Who knows what that means for me? But yeah, so you got Chandru, Chance, Swag, Corruption. Let's get into it. B. Round 1. Chance misses a question about Elektra, some question about a Harry Potter spell, and then a question about Man of Steel.
Yeah. Oh, that Man of Steel one, I remember being.
Oh, with the farm?
No. This is the cycles one, I believe. How many cycles
Oh,
are Zod
cycles
in
of
them?
reconditioning or whatever.
Reconditioning, yeah. And I was watching backstage. Yeah, I was watching backstage for Cushing. And she's like, yeah, I've had that in my notes for years. And now it finally comes up.
That's what Andrew and I were just talking yesterday probably. And I was like, there's plenty of frustrating things
Yeah.
about being a player in the Schmoedown.
Yeah. There's a handful of things that just
There's
like.
plenty of things that can get you frustrated,
Yeah.
as with anything in life.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think has to be frustrating for a competitor, especially, well, no, not even especially IG and Star Wars. It's everybody.
Yeah.
But I live Star Wars with him.
I think it's
so
more prevalent. Did I say that right?
Prevalent.
Prevalent. Sorry, prevalent.
Your
I-
brain's all mushy today.
Yeah, because I got a wedding on the mind. I got to prepare for
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's a lot of work, people.
Yeah.
More work than it looks like. But I think it's more to our conversation. It happens more often in IG and Star Wars.
It feels like it does.
I think it
Although I
does.
know it's true for teams
It
and
is.
singles too.
Yeah.
But and also just because all we do is Star Wars, so it just feels like
Yeah.
it happens there in Star Wars and IG.
Yeah.
But like one of the most frustrating things has to be in these types of IG and Star Wars divisions where there's these stupid little details, these crazy deep cut questions that pop up,
yeah.
and you got all these. Whether you're a person who takes notes or whether you're a person that doesn't, whatever, there's got to be such a small to large, depending on who you are and how much you study, there's got to be just a little part of your brain that's just stuffed full of information that you will never showcase.
Yeah.
And nobody will ever know that you knew, because either it will never be a question.
Yeah.
Or it'll get asked to somebody else, and then they'll get all the people go like, "Whoa, how'd you know that?" And you're like, "I knew that too." And then everyone goes, "Yeah, sure you did, idiot." So
Yeah,
I think it has to be frustrating to know that there's definitely a part of your brain that you never get to show off, and you just stuffed all this stuff in your brain for nothing. Like I never get to show
I
it
can
off.
tell you, it happened to me. I would say like 5 or 6 times this past season. I was like,
So it's like I knew that.
I've been saying that for the past like year and a half. I've been like you like we do it all the time. I'll be walking around the house and I'm like just trying to like remember certain things. And I'm like, and you said it so. I was like, Andrew's been saying Voodoo and Pellet for the past like year.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Answer.
So it's like,
but like, there's just certain things that you pack away in your brain, and
Yeah.
you're never gonna get to showcase them, and that is a tragedy.
yeah, it is. I mean, that's the nature of the game. You get
is.
what you get, and you get what you don't get.
It is. It's
So-
just frustrating for everybody, because I'm sure it's happened to everybody. Like, I knew that too, but no one's gonna believe me, because they're always gonna think, yeah, sure you knew it.
Yeah.
Everybody says they knew it after the fact.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sorry.
sorry.
First tangent or third tangent probably.
So, they both missed the question about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Rocket Raccoon question. They called him a rat or something.
Oh yeah. Because because our immediate thought was like, oh yeah, he calls him a rabbit. It's like no, that's
what Thor
That's
calls
Thor in Endgame.
Word.
So wrong movie, wrong line too.
And
so.
they both missed a question about Men in Black.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh man, God, it's been like a week since we've watched this.
Yeah,
this
it's
match.
been a minute.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and I'm not gonna get there.
Oh, is at the beginning of the movie, Kay's partner. What's his code
right.
name? And it was D or B. I think it was M. It was an M.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it was, but it was the question was what was the code name of Kay's partner?
Right.
At the beginning of the movie, because he gets
Right.
replaced by Will Smith.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is true. That's right. You're right. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember what the answer was. So by the end of round
Interesting.
1, 5-8 in favor of Chandru.
Not looking good for Chance at this point.
Not looking good, but it is still a 5-rounder, and
Yes.
anything can happen, as we've seen. Round 2. Chandru goes first. He spins away from heroes and villains, and he gets heroes and villains. So,
Villains.
the world just wanted him to have that. He goes to multiple choice twice and gets them both. No steals. Chance spins DCEU, stays with it. Multiple choice once, got it. And then I wrote, what does Bruce Wayne get for Martha in Justice League?
Yeah, so this is
Challenged.
the infamous challenge
Yeah.
of this match.
Take it away, because I don't get
So
it.
yeah, so the question was, what does Bruce Wayne get for Martha Kent at the end of the movie, right?
Okay.
And so she foreclosed on the house, right? And I believe the whole farm, because I remember in Man of Steel she was working at Sears, and she's trying to do all these jobs, but she just can't, because when Papa Kent dies, who's left to tend to the farm and make all the money, right? So she's foreclosing on the house, and at the very end of the movie, Bruce and Clark are having this conversation. It's like, how'd you get the bank? How'd you get the house back, or something, or like that? And Bruce Wayne's like, it's how did you get the bank to give the house back, or something like that? And Bruce goes, I bought the bank. As Bruce Wayne does, he's all the money in the world. He can do whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah.
So I believe Chance's answer was
Farm?
something about the house.
Oh.
He bought the house back.
Right.
And they awarded him the points, and then it was Chandru who challenged, like, no, he didn't just buy the house. He bought the farm, the whole farm, and they're going back and forth. I'm like, this is a weird scenario where it's like they're all right to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because I think his challenge was overruled because somewhere in the quote, I believe Clark says, "How'd you get the house back?" And Bruce says, "I bought the bank. Who owns the house?" And you know how mortgages work, as they do. And Challenger's like, "No, it's not just the house that he got. He got the whole farm back because the bank owned the farm."
That is what Bruce said.
Yeah.
But the question that was asked is, how'd you get the house back? So I get it.
Since there's a line in there saying, "How'd you get the house back?" That's what they were looking for.
Yeah.
But I do see where Challenger's like, no, it wasn't just the house; it was the entire farm.
With that logic, I get both sides, absolutely.
But but I think what Challenger is like, no, it's not. Bruce didn't buy the farm; he bought the whole bank that owned the farm.
Right.
So they're all right to a certain degree, and they're all wrong to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just depends on where you're looking at it from.
but based off of the question and based off the answer that they had, and based off of that line that Clark said, Chance gets awarded the points.
Yeah, and Challenger's challenge was overruled.
Loses the challenge for the rest of the match. So, yeah. I thought it was just funny they're all right and wrong to a certain point, from a certain point of view, as a wise Jedi Master would say.
Wow. Yeah. And then I feel like after, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like after they overruled it, Challenger still was like, "Oh, but what about this?" and blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, it's over.
Ruling closed.
It's over.
Yeah.
Ruling done. It's over.
Yeah. It's over.
It's over.
Strong Bad fans over there? Or are we just dating ourselves?
Strong Bad?
Strong Bad.
Homestar Runner?
Yeah.
Wow. Haven't said those words in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
We're old.
We're elder millennials. And then he goes to multiple choice another time. Missed it, and it was stolen.
Do you remember which one it was stolen was?
Sure don't.
Yeah.
So by the end of round 2, it was 12-17, still in favor of Challenger. Round 3. Challenger spins Wizarding World, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he likes it.
Yeah.
So, and this is the betting round.
Yeah.
BTW. So he gets the Wizarding World. Chance and Challenger both bet 2, both got it right.
Yeah.
I think with some ease.
Yeah. And this is one of the things where I think the betting round, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Because we've seen betting round questions where it was like, that's a question?
Right.
Wow.
And then others that both
others,
teams are like, done.
Yeah, it's like, wow, we should, because, and that I think, I can't remember where this said, is like, I think it was Rachel Christian that said it. It's like, there's no rhyme or reason to the betting round.
Yeah,
and like,
it's a crapshoot.
And that's the thing. It's like, you're betting on the category, you're not betting on the question.
Right.
So it's like, I know this category, so I'm betting that I know more than you about it. And sometimes it's like an easy 1-pointer, and sometimes it's just deep cut 5-pointer.
Yeah.
The Dangiers, if I might add. Because
Yeah.
that was a betting round question both Joseph and Alex didn't know.
Star Wars question, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, and then there's ones where like, hey, who's this guy in this movie, or like who played this, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
God, everybody knows that.
Wasn't it during the Odd Couple Shazam match that both teams were like, oh, duh, it's this.
Yeah.
So it's you never know.
Yeah. Sometimes, and people are like, why didn't they bet more? It's like, because you don't know.
Because you don't know.
It's like, because if what happens if like Vase, you bet 3, and it wasn't a difficult question, but you ended up having one part of the question or your answer wrong, and it costs you. It's a 6-point swing if your opponent answers correctly, and they bet 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the betting round either can help or hurt you.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So
it's a box of chocolates.
By the end of round 3, so they both got 2. So that should be what? Wait, they both bet 2. So it should be 14 and 19.
Yes.
Math. Round 4, speed round. Chance. Oh, both of them passed on 1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So by the end of round 4, 23-28 in favor of Chandra still. Going into round 5.
Did they pass on different questions? I believe.
Don't remember.
Can't
Should have taken a note. What an idiot I am.
I think Chandra ended up just yielding his time basically, rather than just full out passing.
Yeah.
So
just to keep from missing.
The more I think about it, the more I'm liking this new lightning round format. But I think there's more risk in the traditional speed. So it just depends on who you are.
I agree. Yeah, I'm feeling different about it as time goes on.
I just hate that
you were the sacrificial lamb to do it first.
Yeah. I think that's my little grudge against this.
Rules were formed from your match.
Yeah, rules were. I mean, I don't know. This is one of these things where I can just rant all day about. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the little grudge I hold against this lightning round. It's like, I was the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. It's like, it's all right, I guess.
Yeah. But
it works.
The more and more I see it and play out, and like there's
like,
far more
okay.
advantage. Yeah, there's a little more advantages in this one,
Yeah.
less risk.
Word.
So
Round 5. 2-pointer for Chance. Mixed bag. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
In the Sorcerer's Stone, what birthday does Harry celebrate before Hagrid shows up? His unbirthday. Just kidding.
what you did.
It's his 11th birthday. He got it right. 3-pointer for Chance. Star Wars.
Ooh.
In Rogue One, what is the name of the veteran of the Clone Wars that mentored Jyn in her early childhood years?
Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera. Got it. 2-pointer for Chandru. Marvel. Mark Steven Johnson directed what 2003 Marvel film? Daredevil. Got it. Back to Chance for his 5er. Who said it? Also a big oof.
Yeah, that's a category that's like, it's hard in any division.
Oh, this question.
Yes, I remember you were like, I remember. Yeah, go ahead and read it
Yes.
because we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay, so it's a 5-pointer. And who said it? In what comic film will you find this exchange? Good thing these guys, and you can't read it with inflection.
Yeah, and we'll get that in a
We'll
second.
get into that. So I'll read it just straight on. Good thing these guys aren't lumberjacks. No joke. The only thing safe in the woods would be the trees. It's really hard to not read that with the right inflection.
It is, I know, exactly, because I can't remember what he said,
I don't remember what he said.
but the answer
The
was...
answer was Ninja Turtles,
Teenage Mutant
one
Ninja
of
Turtles.
my all-time favorite movies from
The
my
first one,
childhood.
the
The
90s
first one,
one.
the only one that I acknowledge. Let's get that
The
straight.
second one's good. I really like
No.
the second one.
It's not.
No, I agree with you. The first one is the best out of them.
Which one is Secret of the Ooze?
That's the second one.
Garbage. The first one is a work of art.
I do not disagree with you, but I say I do like the second one. They're two vastly different films.
I can honestly say I do not remember the second one. All I remember is Ninja Rap, Vanilla Ice. That's all I remember about it because I blocked it out of my brain because
Ernie
it's not
Reyes
worth my
Jr.,
time.
Kino, those fights are amazing. But
No.
When we're going off attention here, but like the Ninja Turtle, the difference between the first one and the second one, they're vastly different films.
Yeah,
They're-
vastly better on the first one.
No, the first one's more grittier. It's a little more adult. The second one, it's like because parents had a problem with like, hey, I'm bringing my kids to a Ninja Turtles film because they watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
They were expecting the fun cartoon, and then
I don't want to see Raph getting mad and kicking
and
trash cans
swearing
over
and
swearing.
and weapons and all that stuff. So it's a more mature film. The second one is a little geared toward
a little more cartoony,
it's a
but
little more
live action.
cartoony and live action a little more fun. So they're such different films.
Whatever.
But I do agree the first one is better.
Heck yeah, it is.
But
that was never a problem.
But this is why, like, sometimes this is such a hard category because sometimes, like, it's like, I know quotes, and when you rattle off movie quotes, you say it in an inflection that
That
you
the
heard
character
them.
says it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like because when we heard this, like, God, it sounds
so familiar.
It sounds so unbelievably familiar.
Because I think
What is
Mark
it?
read it, right?
Yeah.
And he read it very
Matter-of-factly,
straightforward,
yeah.
matter-of-factly, like I just attempted to. And I just remember looking at Andrew being like, this sounds
I do.
so
Yeah,
familiar.
it's one of these questions where we're both like, we're gonna kick ourselves for missing this.
And I'm
because
so
we know
glad.
we know it.
Because there are some times when we'll be watching a match and I'll think of an answer and then I don't say it and then I got it right. And then nobody will ever know that I was right. Just like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
So luckily I said it out loud and I'm like, it sounds so familiar. Doesn't it kind of sound like something the Turtles would say? Doesn't it kind of sound like a Ninja Turtles quote, kind of?
Yeah.
And then boom. Because I haven't
Turtles,
watched that
yeah.
movie in years.
No, we should watch it. Like
We should
at
order
some
a
point.
pizza and watch it like I used to
Have
with
a
my family.
Ninja Turtle date night.
Oh, man.
Might get the kid over to grandma's house.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Because that's what we used to do when I was little. My parents,
Order
me,
a
and my
pizza.
brother order a pizza, watch Ninja Turtles, quote every line. maybe, maybe that's why this was just like lurking around in the back of my brain somewhere.
Because the way that it's read in the movie, it's like, well, what's the quote? You try to it's like
it was, good thing these guys aren't lumberjacks. No joke. The only thing safe in the woods would be the trees.
It's like because that's the thing about movie quotes. The inflection is ingrained in your head when it's read out matter of factly. It's like,
It's like, wow, that kind of sounds
it's like,
familiar.
I know this. Unless you like study the script word for word for word, it's hard to pull them.
But that's the
sometimes.
thing. That's what makes it hard is them reading it straightforward.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was a fun question.
yeah, it was.
I'm sure Chance hates turtles now. But so he did miss it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it ended up 28-30 in favor of Chandru defending that Inner Geekdom belt.
First-
a feat that does not happen too often.
The last one to defend it was Jason Inman. I can't remember how long ago it was.
Long time.
It was against, again, it's so long ago, I can't remember who he defended against. I think it was, did Donica? Did he defend against Danica?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
I don't know.
Somebody
out there knows.
Somebody will correct us in the comments. But yeah, I mean, that's a feat in its own because for the longest time, it was the curse of the IG belt. Now it's kind of looking like the curse of the team's belt.
And yeah.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because Founding Fathers did defend it last year.
Oh, that's true.
My bad.
But it's kind of like, oh man, Chandru, you can't deny that he's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, this guy, he did it again. He defended it, and his character is just like, oh, he backed it up.
And that's the thing. Chandru looks really good.
Yeah.
He looks real. It's like it's one thing to like say like, oh yeah, he got lucky. He didn't have to face Kalinowski to get to this point. And like, is he as deadly as Smets was when he got his run to the belt? Chandru is looking very good.
Yeah.
Because I was like. His second round is kind of indicative of like how dangerous he is. Yeah, he went to multiple choice twice.
Yeah.
But you look at the heroes and villains category, it's like it's a broad category, but they didn't go like MCU villains, the DCU films. They're going from Tank Girl. What was this first question from? It was from it was from these like not
more
obscure, the lesser known properties,
the
you know
not
what I
like
mean?
huge mainstream.
Yeah, not
properties.
the Star Warses or the Star Treks or Harry Potter or MCU. It wasn't like the main big names. It was like who remembers watching Tank Girl? You know what I mean?
Don't.
So it's like he has all this stuff running around in his head, and it's not just from main properties. Yeah, it's from all of Inner Geekdom.
So you can tell, that round did showcase the fact that he preps.
Yeah, and he missed a couple in the first round, but like I remember listening to Rachel, and she's like, "Yeah, these questions aren't easy. They're pretty difficult." Yeah,
they just make it look easy.
Oh yeah,
because they're just beasts.
Yeah,
at their craft, and we'll see Chance back in IG. No way we won't. I mean, we will. With how well he did in the tournament, and it's not like you could say he narrowly avoided the TKO because Chandru only had answers to. Yeah. But he put up an honest effort. He won the whole tournament. So, and it would be at corruption moving forward, Shannon locking. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's wait.
There's a good chance that he's going to be on corruption next year.
Yeah.
So, when you got Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison teamed up with each other and they're both triple threats, I highly doubt that Chance is going to be like, I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to do IG anymore. I know I went to the title match, but he'll be back.
And the thing is with Chance, it's like, this isn't his wheelhouse. It's like, yeah, I'll play Inner Geekdom. And like he made this comment, it's like, yeah, I was Brit, and I totally agree with this comment he made. It's like, yeah, I proved that I can come into your division and stomp around and make some noise and compete. I don't see Chandru coming into singles and teams and doing the same thing.
To which I think Chandru's response at one point was like, kind of the whole argument of, it kind of almost sounded like the argument of I'd rather be the best at one thing than kind of just like average at multiple.
Yeah, being master of none.
I think that was kind of his angle, his argument back. But it's like, he wasn't just average.
He was impressive.
He was impressive, excelling. He's in talks for Player of the Year.
Yeah, he was a threat. And that's my point. There's very few people in the league that can say I'm a threat in 3 divisions. And it's only a matter of time before we see somebody be a threat in all 4 divisions.
He did well enough in the singles tournament. He won the IG tournament. He had the team's belt this year. Like he's not just like floating around in these divisions. Yeah. He's challenging.
Yeah, he's a legit threat for anything. So
I feel and hope that he'll be back in IG. I know he will be. There's no way that he'd do this well and just be like,
yeah, that was fun. I'll jump back, but like,
I want to take away, a whole division's worth of points from my faction next year. Yeah, even though I won a whole tournament. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
And if IG is anything like it was this year, like where every faction gets 2 players, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Because look at the way they it was an all corruption final in the IG tournament. So why wouldn't you want to try to do that again?
Exactly. So after that match happened,
but first, so Chandru defends it, and I think there are a handful of managers coming up in the free agency, which we're in right now, that have like a difficult task ahead of them. Yeah, I think Winston's one of them because you have Paul Oyama, Lon Harris, Liz Shannon Miller. I completely blanked on.
Yeah. That's
Liz Shannon Miller is a threat, and you also have the IG champ. So
and
obviously,
you also have Ace.
And you have Ace. So he is off his first 5. He's got a tough decision. Obviously, you keep you. I think the 2 no-brainers you keep Paul Oyama and Don DePonte.
Oh.
I say you spin it with Liz.
Yeah.
And part ways with. And this is a conversation we can have about free agency. But I think you might want to let Lon go. And then try to pick up base in the draft.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I think his 2 no-brainers are Oyama and Chandru.
Yeah.
After that, it's like who you want to try to stay loyal with Ace because he had that amazing run, or do you try to like I'm gonna risk it and see if I can pick him up in the draft.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, and we'll get to what corruption does later. So
yes. Yeah. So after the match, they had the post-match interview. Yes.
I do remember being like, oh, I completely forgot about this.
And it was, Jen Sturger was talking with Chandru after his win, and then next thing you know, what the Brown Dwarf star, is that her name? Is that her name?
Amazing.
Oh. Wasn't she a Brown Dwarf star?
She
at one
calls
point?
herself the Brown Dwarf star.
Oh,
but she's the amazing Mara Economic.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is her nickname. But what? She calls herself that?
She calls herself the Brown Dwarf star.
Oh, how embarrassing. Anyways, Mara Economic joins. Wow. Wins out of my sails. So the amazing Mara Economic joins this. She crashes the interview. And, next thing you know, yada, 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 long story short, we find out that Mara coming back in to reclaim what she believes is rightfully hers. And that next year, we going to open up the season with Chandru versus Mara Kanape.
Yeah, because
for the belt.
Mara was supposed to open and headline the first match of this season.
That's true. And due to unforeseen personal events, she stepped away for a bit, but she's back.
She says she's got a handle on that now. Thank God, because health always comes first.
Of course.
Glad she got that, but I remember her popping on the stream like, I completely forgot that Mara has an automatic title shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, she just wasn't on my mind. It's like IG, yeah. It's like, and she pops on. I really went, oh yes,
yeah.
This is a match I am hyped for. I'm so glad that this will be the first pay-per-view because we're getting spoiler. We're getting 3 pay-per-views per month next season.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy for these after shows to cover all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Good problem to have though.
It's a good problem to have. Where I lost my train of thought.
Oh my God, Mara's back.
Yeah, and because again, I don't think she was on anybody's minds because it's been so long since we've seen her. We forgot that she was supposed to headline the first match of the season, and we just forgot. And when she comes in, it's like, oh yeah, I have a title shot on the line. So now she goes from completely off of not in anybody's forefront to an amazing free agent.
Like, hey dummies, I'm back.
Yeah.
And I'm coming for that belt.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, especially because Chandru himself said, yeah, you're an amazing player. Back when the division was different, because you can't lie, the division is very different now, and you have to work hard to be at the level that Chandru and everybody else is. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh yes.
I'm not going to do any picks because
no, because I want the universe to play as it will without my intervention. So we got another cutscene. So we got next up is the Kevin Smith Brett Sheridan match. And then prior to this match we get a somber Brett Sheridan.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he's I think he said he was sorry and something happened and
self-confidence issues.
Yeah, his self-confidence issues. He kind of let things that fans have said get to his head. He's kind of let himself get into his own head. And so he's going to step back, but he found a replacement. And so Andrew and I are sitting there like, what in the world is going on? And Andrew goes, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Brett's on the Den. What if they're putting Rachel Silvestrini against against Kevin Smith?
Yeah, it's like
wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, because she's a huge Kevin Smith fan.
Huge fan.
It'd be great.
That would be, and imagine it being just a Kevin Smith themed match. That'd be wild.
That'd been hilarious.
So yeah, we were like, oh, wouldn't that be really cool?
That'd be really cool.
And the next thing you know,
buzzing the hair.
He gets his electric shaver out and starts shaving his head. He goes full Britney Spears on us and shaves his head and just leaves the little dollop of hair in the front. And the next thing you know, the flirt and flouse is back. And if you don't know what that word or what that name is, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to go back and watch some old SCNs.
I mean, he's a character.
He is. Brett Sheridan.
Yeah.
Is
and
a gift
we're,
to us.
And I know we're breaking K, whatever the term is. And
I'm so tired of the word kayfabe.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear
Brett
that word again.
playing flirt and flouse, and I have to
just in case you weren't aware.
Yeah, I have you have to like admire the man's commitment to this.
Oh heck yeah! So he said, you know, I gotta find a replacement, and then he shaves his head. The flouse is back, and then the next thing you know, it's no longer Kevin Smith versus Brett Sheridan. It's Kevin Smith versus German pop rap sensation
The Flirt and Flouse.
The Flirt and Flouse.
Yeah,
and I have to say, yes, the commitment. Wow, it's amazing.
Not just on Brett's part, on everybody.
Yeah, Kevin Smith, I'm like, bro, he got down with this.
He fabricated this ridiculous story of his daughter
backstory.
Going to a concert, trying to go to a concert. And
trying to use his star power to get tickets to Flouse's concert.
And Flouse is like, I don't give anybody tickets for free. And it's like, okay, wow.
Wow.
At least we're all...
But you know what? I'm down for it. So...
Yeah.
So
it made for a great promo.
It was a great promo. It was a fun promo, lighthearted palate cleanser.
I made my way into the promo. It was so fun. That was a little fun thing. I was like, hey, hey,
that was the day
what up, Eric? I see you, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
The day he went outside and yelled some flirt and flouse. And
outside
half our neighborhood heard it.
Yeah, pretty sure I scared a person walking their dog by.
Probably because you're a little loud when you want to be.
I can't get loud.
Like, you're pretty quiet, unassuming dude most of the time, but you can get loud when you want to be. Especially after a couple of those babies, you know what I'm saying, ladies? All right,
Seems like a couple these days since I'm old.
Yeah. Cheap date? Nothing wrong with that. That just means you're forced to be frugal. You get more bang for your buck. Yeah, I'm affordable. I like that. It's no more, oh, I'm a cheap date. It's, I'm affordable.
You want to buy me drinks? I'm very affordable.
Hey, baby. You trying to keep a tight budget? Because I'm affordable.
Coin it.
Oh,
Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll make t-shirts. I'm affordable. I'm affordable.
Yeah, because, I mean, after I gave, have birthed our child and I hadn't had any drinks for 9+ months. And then I was like, I didn't exactly get back into having drinks right away because of other things that were happening. And then after I did be like, okay, let me have a glass of wine here. I'll have a glass of wine there. And
1.5, you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, like after 1.5 glasses or whatever, I'm just like, ooh.
And these
I'm pretty affordable now.
And these weren't dimmy glasses. These were like...
No, they were, dimmy glasses. Me glasses, dimmy glasses, fill me up to the top, baby. What's the point of having a glass if you're not going to fill it?
We're going off on a
ridiculous. When these people fill up their wine glasses this much, get out of my face. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't need breathing room in my glass. Only thing that's got to breathe is me, baby. Fill her up. I don't get it. But I was like filling it up like normal people do. And I was like, ooh, kind of feel it. Yeah. I'm a cheap date now. But that just means that you're
affordable.
Your money goes farther.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that. Be affordable. Don't be ashamed. Back to the match. So round
we haven't even gotten into it. Let's get to the match.
We got Kevin Smith. He's with the Mercs. We got the Flouse.
Flirt and Flouse.
Representing Brett Sheridan of the Den. Round 1.
Representing Brett Sheridan.
What did I say?
Who's representing the Den? You said representing Brett Sheridan of the Den.
Yeah, because it's Flouse.
Yeah. Sorry.
Come on, man. Get with it.
Flouse in place of Brett Sheridan.
Jesus, this
Sorry.
guy over here.
Sorry. I told you I'm an affordable date.
Boy. So, Flouse in round 1. He missed a Ready Player One question. The Nutty Professor.
Stevie Spielberg. Come on now.
Stevie Spielberg.
Good old Stevie Spielberg.
Stevie Spielby. Kevin got a perfect round.
Yeah.
feels fun to say Kevin like I know him. Kevin got a perfect round, and he got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, 6-10 in favor of Kevin Smith. Round 2, Kevin spins SNL movies. Multiple choice one time, got it right.
Did very good, man. Like,
Yeah. Flaus spins away from Matt and Ben, and he gets Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Multiple choice 3 times. 2 of them stolen. 1 of them he got. So by the end of round 2, getting a little scary. 9-18,
not
Kevin.
looking good for the Flaus.
Not looking good. Round 3, 2-pointer for the Flaus. Movie release dates. Just what he wanted. Rocky came out in what year?
Oh.
You know, he didn't get it. He missed it. He didn't get it. So, 9-18, Kevin Smith via TKO.
Yeah. Oof. And before we get to all the drama of this, like, this match was fun.
It was fun.
It was another, like, the Jericho match I found insanely entertaining.
Yeah.
This one, it was entertaining in a different way because of, you know, again, the characters are fun, but like I just loved watching Kate trying to stay in character.
Oh yeah. That's always fun.
It's always fun when people are like it's like just trying to hide their laughter and like trying to stay in character. It's so much fun. I mean, again, the commitment from everybody in this, like, hey, we have this outlandish character that we just made up on a Tuesday.
And the fact that Kevin Smith was like, word?
Sure,
Okay.
I'll do it.
Whatever. Is it flirt and
fun.
floss? Fine by me.
And I do hear rumblings of, like, you know, the questions in this match. I mean,
Not exactly high level questions.
Yeah, it's like, well, sure. I mean, maybe that's like this. That's the hand that was dealt that day.
Or maybe it's because they were both 1-0. Maybe
Who knows?
I don't know how they determine questions. It's not my job.
I mean,
I'll leave that to the people who know what they're doing.
Were there a lot of answers that I knew? I mean, sure. Usually when that happens, it's like, wow, how hard is this match? But it's like, I mean, come on. They're both 1-0, but, you know, Kevin Smith is now 2-0. Whoever he goes up against next, I imagine
with a knockout.
Yeah, I imagine the questions will get harder for him. But, you know,
Especially when you're talking about Kevin Smith, Dan Murrow. Whoa.
But look at this. Look at this match, just in a nutshell. It's a fun match.
It was a fun match.
Especially when you like, all right, Brett's not going to be here. We're going to bring in the Flirtenflaus.
Yeah.
This match just screams, let's have some fun.
Exactly. And it was just fun. Brett's a gem.
Yeah.
I could listen to him speak in a probably terrible German accent forever. So it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, and it was much like the Jericho match. When I looked at these, like, I remember us talking about the rundown of the spectacular. It's like, why are these little smacked in between champions? Like
That's why.
Yeah, that's why. It's a nice palate cleanser before you get down to the nitty gritty of like a title match.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah. It was. I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
I laughed.
Thank you, Brett, for being you.
Thank you to Mrs. Sheridan and his kids for putting up with that.
Yeah. Well, if I was Mrs. Sheridan, as soon as he walked in the door, I'd hand him the clippers again and be like, you know what you got to do?
Take it all off.
Shave it off, baby. Because no.
Yeah.
No.
Not touching not touching this hair. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not going to happen. Sorry.
No.
So,
Yeah.
next. Wait, no.
Yeah, but
No, wait. There's drama.
drama went down.
There's more tea to sip and spill here. So, post game, we got our interview with the Den. We got Kate. We got Grace. We got Flaus. We got Jen Starger.
Got caught in the middle of it.
Got caught. She got caught in the middle of it.
I'm the one drinking. What are you doing?
She done got caught and got in the middle. So, what were they saying? They were like,
I think Grace was like,
they were talking about Flaus and how he did and whatever, and Grace was just kind of like, I gotta say something here. And she basically was like, this was not good. It did not go well. And she just kind of starts
blaming the blame game, basically.
blaming. Yes, that's a good word. And Kate is doing her Chicago Kate back to her, and they're kind of going back and forth a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, Flaus is just kind of chilling,
Yeah.
looking a little confused. And the next thing you know, Kate gets she's just Kate now. The
had
accent
enough.
is dropped, the character is dropped, and she goes, "Hey, you know what?" One of the things she said was, "How can you be an advisor and not give me advice? You tell me to do the accent, and then you tell me it's stupid."
And you're blaming that you're basically blaming all of our losses on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she goes, you know what, Grace? You're fired. And Grace goes, you can't fire me. And Grace was saying, I brought you into this kind of thing. Jen, I think it was Jen that was like, Christian, can you weigh in on this? And Christian was like, well, when contracts are signed or whatever, agreements made, Kate was signed as the manager and Grace was brought in as the advisor. So yeah, Kate does have this authority. And he said, Kate, straight up, do you want to fire Grace right now? And she goes, hell yeah, I do, Christian. So she said, yeah, I'm firing Grace. And so
Grace is gone.
Grace is gone.
Yeah.
It was kind of great because like when that scene was happening, I was listening to it. I wasn't like watching it. I was, and I was listening to it. But as soon as I heard Kate switch to Kate, I was like, what the hell is happening here? Like, this sounds like it's for real.
This sounds like it's going down.
She did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Kate did a real good job because I was like, what?
It's like
what's happening?
Daddy, it's like parents are fighting at the table. It's like,
yeah. And that's what Flaus was doing.
Yeah.
I do not know what's going on here. So yeah, Grace is gone. And Kate, they got rid of, Flaus from the screen. And she says, can you get rid of Jen too? She didn't do anything wrong, but she just wanted the spotlight. So we got Kate full screen and she says, listen, it's just me now. It's Kate now. And I'm rebuilding the den from the ground up. And basically just saying I'm putting the league on notice kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting. This is very interesting because looking at where she picks in the draft and basically who she wants to sign, she picks third.
Yeah,
that's not a terrible spot to be in because especially with I don't want to like spoil much what we're going to say, but especially with the position that Shannon's in right now because she picks last and she can only secure 3. Like 1 and 2 will probably be spots for that might want to be traded. 3 is a very ideal spot to be in. Yeah. And especially if she can sign some power players, then third isn't a bad spot. It is not a bad spot. So who does she end up signing? I mean, Goddard's not a bad person to look at. You still have Paul Preston and Tom that she can sign. How loyal is she to Sean Sullivan? I think Sean is one of those players that was in a similar position as I was after my first match. Not exactly sure of what I was getting into. How hard do I want to study? Gets not manhandled. No. But like runs into a couple tough questions in the tournament. And now you have a bigger, broader understanding of how the division works and what to look for. I think he makes an improvement. How much he improves
remains to be seen.
But I think he's one of these Star Wars players, or any player for that matter, that makes a noticeable improvement for the next season. Does she spin his wheels on signing him, or hope to pick him up in the draft, or does she look elsewhere?
Yeah. Does she keep Rachel and Goddard? Maybe keep them together as a team. Does she not? Who knows? I'm so excited to see who signs who. I cannot wait.
So the Den is one of those either they can look very similar to what they look this season, or they can look completely different. Because
I think there are going to be some teams that look totally different.
You have at this point when we're watching, you have Ben Bateman who is looking elsewhere. Mark Riley might be out there looking for somewhere else.
Dan Merle's we'll wait. We'll
hold off on that. But yeah, there are some notable free agents out there. At pretty much at this point, we're all free agents. Yeah. And who knows?
Except for the sign. We already know that Corruption took first place. Yeah. We knew that when Alex won. Yeah. The Star Wars match. Yeah. So that's not anything spoily. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So we already know who
the Den's in. So Kate is in a favorable position right now because, can clean the slate clean, and picking third in the draft is not a shabby spot to be in.
Not at all.
So keep your eyes on the Den, I would say.
Last match. The main event, my dudes.
Do we have a cutscene before this or after this? Or I don't believe so. I think that was the only drama.
I don't have anything. Yeah. So we got Dangerous Dan Merle versus Adam the Coyote with a K.
The main
Collins.
Event.
The main event. We got Finstock Exchange versus Corruption.
Ooh, it seems like these factions can't get away from each other.
Yeah. Destined to do some kind of a dance.
Yes.
And the match, it starts getting... The match isn't underway, but like the pre-match stuff is underway. And it's like, hey man, where's Gucci? Nowhere to be found. So Roka turns up to manage Dan.
And they have to approve this first. And they're like, Shannon, are you okay with this? Like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, round 1. They both got perfect rounds. Shock. And they both got the bonus. 9-9.
Not a shock.
Round 2. Adam goes first. He spins Clint Eastwood. He goes to multiple choice one time. He gets it right. Dan spins away from horror. Gets young adult novel adaptations.
And yeah, again, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, always.
But like, I think the biggest reason they spun away from horror is because the other guy on the other side of the table just won the horror free for all. So it's like I think he might be good at that.
Which is a wise spin.
It
just didn't necessarily
work out in their favor.
You know, because he went to multiple choice twice. He missed one that was stolen. He got the other. So we start to see a little bit of a gap here.
Yeah.
Where we go to 14-17 in favor of Adam. Round 3, the betting round. Adam spins animated films. Should have written down what the question was. Oops.
Yeah.
Dan bets 2. Adam only bets 1.
There is one thing that I liked. I think you might have taken note of the whole, like, with the digital age, you can't keep secret of what you're betting, so you have to speak in code whatever. And I thought it was funny that, like, Roka comes in and goes, all right.
Oh.
Code words.
Yes. Because I think it was Adam and Shannon that went first. And whatever. I'm sure some fans love it. But they start... Shannon tells him to talk to her in goat. And so he starts naming off all these different types of goats, as in Billy, goat, etc. Because I don't know any other goat, nor do I remember what Adam said. Adam said.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, well, you know, I could wager this, or I could wager Billy Goat, or I could wager this, or I could wager this. It's like, bro, you literally just went through 0, 1, 2, and 3. You just wanted us to know what all your code words were so you sound cool. Like, come on. Obviously, 0, 1, 2, and 3 are the ones you're going between. Yeah. It's like, you just want us to hear your cool code words and be like, wow, Adam is crazy with his code words. So... Yeah. It's kind of silly, but I'm sure some people really enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy the code words as long as you don't like what he just said. It's like, oh, I can bet 1, I could bet 2, I could bet 3, or I could bet 0. Yeah,
it's like, yep, those are all the choices. You're correct.
I mean, the founding fathers did it. Like I believe it was during like a title match. I think it was, and they're like, hey, do you want? Or somebody did it, and they're like, hey, we can go silver here. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll go. We'll go bronze or whatever it was. And they didn't like draw it out. It's like we had code words for it.
Yeah.
It's just we didn't. It's like,
but it's like you're literally like, I could bet this or this. It's not like, well, I could bet 0, 1, 2, or 3. Yeah. That's what I'm going between. Like, no, that's what you're going between. Those are the only options.
But I found it amusing that Roka comes in. It's like, all right, guys, code words, code words, code words.
Code words, additional code words. What are you thinking? So I did appreciate that. I thought that was very funny. I go, Roka is in my mind right now and just speaking words for me. So that was fun. And no, I didn't take note, but I'm glad you remembered.
Thank you.
So, Dan bets
2.
Billy Goat. And Adam bets
1. I think he bet 1.
Whatever other kind of goat there is. But they both got it right.
Yeah.
16-18 in favor of Adam still. Round 4, the lightning round. Adam, well, they both got all 10 correct.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, honestly. So, they both blazed through it, all 10 correct.
This is a crazy match.
26-28 Adam. Round 5. My blood pressure is already
through the roof
at a dangerous level. Dangerous Dan.
Ooh, a Dan level? Code words.
Was my blood pressure Dan?
Or
my
was
blood
it
pressure
Roka?
Moral? Or was it blood pressure Roka?
Do you have an outlaw level?
Or maybe it was, the outlaw. Yeah. Ooh, outlaw could be 0 because of the O.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trying to decode the code words.
We are going to have some code words next season for you.
No, we're not.
Sorry.
No, we're not.
2 point for Dan. Round 5. Dan gets crime. Who stars as Sergeant Tommy Saunders in Patriots Day? Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
He got it.
How you doing?
Tell your mother I said hi. Is that what he said?
Say hi to your mother.
Say hi to your mother for me. That's what it was. SNL reference?
Yeah. What's his name? Sandberg does a.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Hey, chicken. What's up?
You having a good day? Yeah. Saturday mother for me.
It's like Wahlberg goes to the farm or something like that.
And just talks to animals.
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah.
Hey, cow. What's up?
Make some milk? Yeah.
Saturday mother for me.
Say your mother for me.
Oh, boy. 2-pointer for Adam.
I'm surprised Merle didn't pull out because he does a really like funny, like pretty convincing.
Oh, he
Mark
does
Wahlberg.
like doing a Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's fun. Look
It
it up.
was a tense moment.
It was. So you don't want to like him.
2-pointer for Adam. Comic book movies. What was the first film where Tom Holland portrays Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man?
Civil War.
Civil War. He got it.
Captain America Civil War. Sorry.
Sorry.
Challenge.
Dock me points.
Yeah.
3-pointer for Dan. 2010s. Who plays Mickey Cohen in Gangster Squad? Who's even ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Sean Penn. He did miss it.
Because he said Johnny Depp, I believe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he said Johnny Depp.
So it stays with Dan for his fiver. Spy Films. Name the 2 co-leads in 2003's The Recruit. Colin Farrell, Al Pacino. Got it. 3-pointer for Adam. Comedy. Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard go on a camping trip to find D.B. Cooper's gold in what 2004 film? Without a Paddle. He got it. 5-pointer for Adam. Thriller. Boaz Yakin. Directed Jason Statham and Chris Sarandon in what 2010's action film? After what felt like 5 hours worth of JTEs.
You're going to have to wait even longer to see the end of this one, too.
He did miss it. The answer was safe, and he missed it. 33 to 33. We go to sudden death. My blood pressure is now at, I don't even know where, what code word.
Yeah.
It's GOAT level,
this
baby.
This is what, the 3rd overtime match Dan has been in this season.
It's a lot.
I've been in one, and it went only one question.
And it was like, all right, cool, I'm done.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to ever do this again.
If I don't have to.
If I don't have to, I don't want to. Because
know.
it is stressful. I only went one question into sudden death.
Yeah.
I can't. And they went 8 questions?
Well, let's see. Sudden death. Question 1, got it. 2, got it. Question 3, both of them missed. Questions 4, 5, 6, both of them got it. Question 7, who directed Jack Nicholson in The Bucket List? Dan missed. So with that, 38 to 39, Adam the Coyote Collins, new singles champion, rookie season.
I mean, this guy is the real goods. He's the real goods. Like,
I'd love to know if there's anyone out there that's still like, he's just getting lucky. Like, I'd hope not. At this point.
No. And I think Ben Bateman said it as much. It's like the thing that really makes him scary is the questions he's missing are insanely hard. Because I don't know, like, because again, if I were to jump into singles, I would just totally embarrass myself.
Yeah.
I'd struggle to beat Brett Sheridan. that's what it's uncomfortably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, not probably. Yes, me too.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, but like, so I don't know like how deep if you give me the inner geekdom, maybe it's like, oh yeah, that's a pretty hard question. But
yeah,
like,
my barometer is
for singles.
broken.
It's kind of like
I don't know.
how hard the ones he's missing is, but apparently to Ben Bateman, it's like, yeah, the ones he's missing
are insane.
Are insanely like specific, hard questions, and the reason that makes him scary is because you ask anybody else in the league, it's like, yeah, that's a hard question.
Yeah, or I didn't know it either.
And it's not one of those questions where it's like subjectively hard, blah 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 blah. It's like, no, it's legit hard questions he's missing. So it's like if the only questions he's missing are ridiculously hard questions, it's like,
good luck
going up against this guy, because he's the first one to go 7-0 to a title in singles,
and not only that, in his rookie season.
In his rookie season, and like, how is this guy not? I mean, rookie of the year, obviously.
Yeah.
Singles player of the year, probably. Player of the year, most likely.
Possibly, yeah.
Most likely, because I mean, like, Chance will get a nomination, because how do you not? Then people are also throwing around Jeff Snyder's name, and I was like, I mean, he has a very good argument. He went real far, and he went to the finals in the singles tournament. He won the team's tournament as well. Won the team's title back. But I think the argument with that is Collins did a lot by himself.
That's the argument I've seen online.
On a teammate to get in there.
Yeah.
Not that it was completely Andreyko that won the title.
Yeah, no, it was obviously a collaborative effort.
Exactly. And then I think also my argument for Collins over Snyder is if Shazam gets that 5-pointer, does Jeff get put in this conversation with Player of the Year?
That's a good question.
I mean, a nomination, yeah.
Yeah.
But to win Player of the Year, if Shazam doesn't miss that 5-pointer and he doesn't win the team's title back for a third time, is he still in that conversation? And also, I hear people talking about, oh, Jeff Snyder has this legacy behind him. It's like, I'm not talking about the man's legacy. It's like, sure, he's great. He's done great things throughout his career.
Yeah, no, these awards are for this year.
I'm talking about this season. And when you stack up Collins' season versus Jeff's season, Jeff has a strong argument. But how do you not pick Collins?
Yeah.
Collins is unreal. I don't think we've seen a competitor like this since what Oyama's run. And even then, Oyama had a struggle here and there.
Yeah.
Collins looks unstoppable.
Dude barely broke a sweat in his singles run this year.
And it's
insane.
Not, and also you'd say like, oh yeah, like who did he go against? Knocked out John
everybody.
Roca. Knocked out Lon Harris. He beat Jeff Snyder. He's
got what, like three or four knockouts on his record between singles and teams?
And if that wasn't enough, you beat Dan Murrell in sudden death.
7 questions deep in sudden death at Spectacular.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like how do you argue against this guy? It's unreal. And I would argue that it has to be a candidate for match of the year. It has to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially, I mean, recency bias always plays a big part, but it was also an incredible match.
Incredible match. The main event at Spectacular.
7 questions deep in overtime?
Yeah. And again, Dan Murrell just seems to be a part of all these conversations. Like, you put Dan Murrell in there as a cherry on top. You beat Dan Murrell at Spectacular in overtime. That's got to be match of the year. You got to be player of the year. It's wild. It's
he's
so
going to
wild.
be... That boy's going to be shining after that awards because he's got a strap. He's going to get awards.
Just to play devil's advocate. I mean, we talk about it all the time. The higher you seem to climb in this league, the harder the fall will be. So, like, he has won the biggest target. He has a singles title.
Yeah.
But now he has this big old bullseye on his back.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody hoisting him up on this already, he's the new GOAT pedestal.
Yeah.
We were saying that about Oyama. We were saying that about Kevin Smets.
Right.
And look how they lost their titles. We're saying about that Mike too. Look how he lost the title.
It's true.
So
you never know.
You never know. Sometimes that day comes where it's like the most important match of your life. And you get those questions that you just don't know.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, I know when they lost that teams match and he was like, "Oh, it kind of feels good to get a loss on my record," subtle brag.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of feels good to get that out of the way. But it's also like, those teams, you ain't got a loss on your record in singles.
Yeah.
You're still flying high, my friend.
Yeah.
So, does he keep it going? Nobody stays perfect forever in the Schmoedown. It's just a matter of how dirty is it going to be when it happens.
How close will your first loss be?
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But as of right now, man, he's at the top of the mountain.
Oh, he's insane.
He's insane. So, like, after the match, obviously, Shannon, she won the faction war. She has the singles singles champion now. And it's like, all right, so you get a week to decide who you want to send because the winning faction gets to lock. So if the three that they lock don't want to play for it, doesn't matter. You can't go. Too bad. You can't go anywhere.
But lucky for her.
Her 3, Chance Ellison, Mike Kalinowski, and the new singles champion, Adam Collins. Those are 3 locked, and she basically outright threatened the rest of the league. Do not go after Marisol or Laura Kelly. And it's like,
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I think people are going to do that.
She's going to have to make some big money moves.
It's going to be a dirty draft.
She's going to have to make huge moves just to get one of those girls.
That's what I'm saying.
I say she, at the very most, she keeps 1.
Yeah, it just seems very unlikely that other managers are going to be like, yeah, you're right, okay. Like, no, they're going to they're going to say, no, you just won. I want to knock you down.
Yeah, because Marisol's looking really good, and Laura has already an automatic match to start the year.
And also, even if they didn't necessarily want Marisol or Laura on their team for whatever reason, hypothetically, obviously, because they're both wonderful ladies, but like, even if they didn't want them, snipe them and then make her pay for them.
Yeah.
Go, what can you give me? I'll give you your girl back, but what are you going to give me?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's gonna be a drag out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fight.
If the other managers were smart, which they all are, they wouldn't let her get them.
Exactly.
So
threats don't mean much because
Yeah.
they'd be beyond foolish to let them go.
And it'd be foolish to like if they say it's like, oh no, I want to play for corruption, so they don't sign up anybody. So now they're left to the mercy of the draft, and then
Where you don't have a choice.
Where you don't have a choice, so they get picked up in the draft, and then it's like, well, I don't want to play for you. Well,
too bad.
Too bad.
Set me up a trade, baby.
Well, it's like well, I don't want to play for you. I want to play for corruption. It's like, well, I'm not trading you, so it's either you play or you don't play.
Yeah.
So it's a sticky situation for Lauren.
It's
and
real
Marisol.
sticky because there's going to be a lot of eyes on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're both great players in their respective divisions.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think anybody is. I think everybody's a bit too locked into this game, and they care a little bit too much to just be like, okay, yeah, we'll just let them sit in the draft and pass them by.
Yeah, so she's gonna have to make some big moves. I've heard people saying she's gonna have to trade away to like her
first, second, and third round picks.
Yeah, like her first round pick and her second round pick just to get one of them.
Right.
Not both, just one.
Which is like, are you willing to take that kind of a chance?
Yeah. I mean, look what she did with just her 3 she picked. Look what she did with just those 3.
She didn't even draft Adam Collins. He was a free agent.
Just those 3, I would argue, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this. With just those 3 players, Mike, Chance, and Adam Collins, those 3 players won her the faction war. Those are the 3 players that were responsible for corruption ending up on top at the end of the season. I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but I'm sorry, that's kind of the truth. Look at the IG tournament.
They were powerhouses.
They were powerhouses. They won the entire thing. Adam Collins racked up knockout points.
Yeah, and won an entire tournament and a belt.
Won the free for all, and also got the MVP and the MVP for the free for all, which got them an extra point.
Oh, that's true.
So.
Oh yeah, Mark Hoyt. Mm-hmm. That's right.
But the bulk of her points, Chance, Mike, and Adam.
Well, makes sense why she signed him.
Mm-hmm. So.
But I cannot wait to see who people sign.
Does she need Laura Kelly and Marisol? Probably not, but it wouldn't hurt to have them on the squad.
Yeah, for sure. And after this match, after the Dan Adam match, we had our post-match interviews, all that good stuff. Jen Sturger is talking with Dan Murrell and acting manager John Roca. And all of a sudden, Gucci meanders into the chat.
Just happens to show up like, hey, I'm here, guys.
Just happens to show up. Bonjour, morons. Yeah. Here I am. And he's kind of almost like casual, just like, what kind of news was gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
that's like kind of what he was like.
Yeah, it's like he knew that Dan was gonna lose.
Yeah, like I saw this happening, so I'm out here making my money moves, like because I knew that was gonna happen. Weird angle, very weird angle, and a lot went down.
Yeah, he's basically blaming the faction, the exchange not winning because Dan was just sitting to the side, not getting any points because he was a singles champion and the team's champion for the longest.
What are you gonna do?
Majority of the season.
When you have the belt, that's the curse of having the belt is you just kind of have to wait to defend it.
Yeah,
you're not going to be getting all the matches.
Yeah, which is going to change next season because from what I'm pretty sure they confirmed this. Don't know how much it's going to be worth. Talent match is going to be worth more next season.
I'd imagine.
So, yeah.
But. Yeah, so he's kind of just saying, Dan, where's my bang for your buck with you? Like, Big Bad Dan with his belt didn't even, pull his weight, and I'm just paraphrasing what Gucci was saying.
It's outlandish.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Outlandish, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's just kind of spewing off nonsense at this point because, it's Gucci.
It's Gucci. Yeah. He does what he do.
Gucci says things that, might not make sense to most people, but makes sense to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you just gotta have a higher intelligence for it to make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then John Roca starts. We see a familiar side to John Roca.
At first, it's like I don't know what Gucci's talking about. Dan's. He is the best. Blah blah blah. It's like, but it's like I love you, Dan. But I am not my best when I'm with you, basically.
And this is what John's saying.
And the outlaw just comes out in full force.
Oh, yeah.
And he's basically saying, I'm tired of living in Dan Murrell's shadow. Dan Murrell isn't the greatest. I'm the greatest that happened.
I built this league with my 2 hands.
Yeah, it's like you're playing around in the league that I built. And all this anger and hate is starting to come out. My name gets thrown around a couple of times.
That was random.
and it's just like, woo, God.
Okay,
And
wow.
I guess what everybody was saying throughout the entire year, how the exchange was just gearing up to implode. It's just all happening all in front of everybody now.
Yeah.
So, and just to be completely like transparent, I had no idea what was going on.
No, that was a
complete shock to me, and I'm in the faction.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, what's happening? Because for the higher seasons, like Roken wants out.
Oh yeah, that was being telegraphed hard.
Yeah, now we find he's going to be rebuilding the faction alongside of Gucci. So it's the outlaw is front and center. He's the centerpiece to the faction.
Yeah.
And now Gucci's going to manage. So they're going to be rebuilding things together.
Right.
So they're in cahoots, and they basically just out Dan. It's like, wow, really? So we're just getting rid of Dan.
Cutting him loose.
Just cutting him loose.
Best player, one of the best players in the league.
Yeah. And it's like best to do it. And you're saying goodbye to Dan Merle?
Yeah, like one of the instant locks for Mount Rushmore when you talk to anybody.
Yeah, the first name out of anybody's mouth, Dan Merle.
And we're just gonna cut him loose.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
yeah, that happened.
The faction, Horsemen were dead with Bateman losing. Now they're really dead now.
Yeah.
There's no, and it's just weird. Like, where is everybody going? Dan Merle is the hot free agent that everybody will be going for.
Oh yeah.
And it's just weird. It's like, and there's so many question marks revolving around the exchange now. I have no idea where I'm going to end up.
Who knows?
I mean, who knows? Like, does Gucci reach out to me? Do other managers reach out to me? Do I sign with anybody, or do I get put to the mercy of the draft? I have no idea.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because a lot of people they're making like, posts online. Who do you think is going to sign with who?
Yeah.
And on the vast majority of the posts, anytime someone talked about the exchange, they said Roca, Barbarian, Dimalanta.
And it's like, maybe? I don't know, because when you look at that post-match interview, Gucci seemed to be like, yeah, it's like, yeah,
Dimalanta brought home points.
Yeah, he seems to want me on the team, but then you listen to Roca throwing my name around, and he doesn't seem to want me on the team.
Yeah,
so
talking about you missing fives. And
it's like, what?
It's like, where'd that come from?
Where am I? It's like, do I get the spot on the team, or do I have to look elsewhere?
Who knows?
I have no idea. And that's what the free agency is now.
Yeah.
We're all free agents, and where we end up, who knows?
Yeah, everybody's a free agent except for the locked ones in corruption. Everybody's a free agent until signing day happens.
And this is a conversation that we'll have on another episode. But like, ooh,
there's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. Like, because everybody assumes like, yeah, Andrew's gonna be on exchange. I don't know.
What if Tom doesn't even reach out?
Yeah.
Who knows? He will, maybe he won't.
Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Maybe Brook will whisper in his ears like, hey, he's really rough at 500. I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
yes, so
not that I agree with that, but okay.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Let's just say that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But
We will see.
So that was the Schmoedown Spectacular 5. What an event.
What a ride.
What a ride. Especially that last match. It was like, ooh, if you wanted to end an amazing event, that was a way to end it. Because
yeah.
Ooh.
That was a nail
match.
biter. Wow.
Yeah. So that's the season. Like, I usually at this point we're like, what a hole.
I thought that was gonna slide by you.
I heard it out of the corner of my eye, or saw it out of the corner
Home
of my eye.
Alone reference.
Home Alone 2 reference.
Wow. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are masterpieces.
We watched it all the time during Christmas.
Masterpieces.
Not recently though, because we have bigger fish to fry.
Oh, that's true.
We have very bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
So we usually say, oh, the next match.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now we enter the cold, cold winter months of no Schmoedown.
Well, but that doesn't mean we have a lot to talk about, because this free agency is going to be wild.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild, especially with Dan Merle, Ben Bateman. I argue Mark Riley is out there. There's the only people that aren't free agents, Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, and
Adam Collins.
Everybody else,
consider him a free agent.
We're all free agents.
Yep.
Where we land, who knows? There are obvious spots for other people, but there are some factions where it's like they could look completely different.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to see where most of the cards fall, because you're never gonna know until the draft. But I can't wait to see where most of the cards fall once we find out
once
who
we
signs
start.
where.
Yeah. Once because there is the free agency signing, the faction signing special that's going to be happening, I believe, in mid-January, close to the end of January. So once that happens, once we start to see people sign with other factions, then we can start to like, all right, so this is where people will go in the draft.
And
blah,
this
blah,
is
blah,
who's
blah.
left, basically.
Yeah, this is it, basically who's left. So I would argue, once we find out where Dan goes, because he is the first domino that has to fall. Once Dan signs with somebody, it's signing, because the two biggest free agents, I would argue, and this isn't a faction biased, it's Dan Murrell and Ben Bateman. Those are the two big names out there right now. And where Dan goes, it's going to influence where Bateman goes. So once Dan goes, that's when everybody starts to scramble to sign people.
And Ethan Irwin too. He's hanging out there too.
Yeah. So I think those are but
you got a lot of big names hanging out there.
But I would argue Ethan, he has to stay with the suspects. I mean, there's no arguing that, because like he's one of those where it's like, yeah, duh, suspects.
Yeah.
Why would he go elsewhere unless somebody just has this amazing offer for him?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Dan's the first one that.
A lot of big names.
Yeah, a lot of big names out there. But I think we'll go ahead and end this episode here. What a season it was.
What a season it was.
Ups and downs. COVID happens.
Code words happened.
Yeah. Wow, it was a great season. And now we have the free agency to look forward to and the awards. And then next season, it is war.
Oh, war it will be. If it's war you want, that's what you're going to get,
That's
baby.
what you're going to get.
That's what you're going to get.
And to all the managers, to all of them, if you need a Star Wars player, you know where to find me. So.
That is true. Right here.
So all the managers, including Gucci, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Anyways, Nicki Dimalanta. We'll go ahead and end this episode here. We've rambled on long enough. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. If you're listening to us on audio form, please follow the feed, rate us, please.
Oh, and if you watch us on YouTube, then you can like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell icon over there in that corner. See when we do stuff on YouTube.
So with that, it was an amazing Schmoedown. Season 7, the new era, has come to a close. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown, and we will see you next time.